So the state of Vermont in New England has the second lowest obesity rate out of all the US mainland states. Now, second out of a potential 48 is very impressive, especially when you consider the rising obesity rates in the USA. Now, I lived in Vermont, Burlington, Vermont, as I was doing an exchange year there, from 2016 to 2017 for close to a year. I loved it very much. And in this video, I'm going to share with you several reasons why I believe Vermont is managing to pull off this relatively low obesity rate compared to the other US states. Now, just a bit of fun. With that said, let's get stuck in. Although do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And the first potential reason is the very outdoorsy lifestyle that many Vermonters live. So the way the landscape of Vermont is set up is there's loads of mountains, there's loads of forests, there's loads of parks, there's loads of hiking trails. And all of this means that there's loads of great places to go outside and see and experience, and again, go hiking through or potentially skiing on. And all of this just helps promote more movement throughout the day and therefore better physical activity. That's basically a long-winded way of saying going outside more potentially helps. And now the second potential reason is I feel like a lot of the cities in New England are more walk friendly. And I'm saying this in comparison to at least the rest of the USA because I went to Texas in 2022 for close to 3 months and I immediately noticed how much you just couldn't walk there. It was very dependent on driving around and needing a car, whereas at least in the bigger cities in New England, you could walk around more, the transportation is more reliable, and with these two factors being said, more walking around is only going to help further decrease the obesity rates as well. And now the third potential reason, and this is generally speaking, because of course it's not every single individual, but generally speaking, Vermonters are quite a health conscious population. And by this I mean they typically go for local foods, organic foods, they like to shop at farmers markets often. And these types of foods, of course, they're going to be typically single ingredient, very nutritious foods. And these types of foods, they're only going to help as well. I just quickly wanted to interrupt this video to let you know about the free Nutrition for Fat Loss guide and the free workout plan that you can grab from my website via the link in the description of this video. So if you want that, go and check that out. And now the fourth potential reason is the small population density. So I felt like when I was out there that Vermont's small population density would typically contribute to just positive health behaviors where there was like more of a community feel more often, and word of mouth would spread quicker about farmers markets or going on hikes or just positive, healthy things and events going on within the community. And I do feel like that would play a role to some extent. And now point number 5 is the low poverty rate in Vermont. Economic factors, they're going to play a role as well when it comes to lower obesity rates. And upon researching this, I did see that Vermont does have one of the lower poverty rates out of the US states. And with that said, when people are or have more money, typically they're going to have access to better food, they're going to have access to more activities, and they're just going to have better access to more medical care, whatever it might be. So I do feel like this is going to be playing a role there. And now the next potential reason is I find that generally speaking, again, Vermonters are typically quite environmentally conscious. And I feel like when people, and this is from my experience at least, but when people are more environmentally conscious, I also find that they're also going to, or they're more aware of the food choices that they're making as well. And I just typically find they're more often going to opt for fruits, they're more often going to opt for vegetables. And when you're going for these single ingredient foods again, then that does potentially help lower the obesity rate in that way. Before winding down this video, I thought I'd finish with a fun fact. So did you know that at the time of recording this, at least, it could very well happen in the future, but at the time of recording this, the US state capital of Vermont, Montpelier, is the only US state capital to not have a McDonald's, which I find is very impressive. Otherwise, that is it for today's video. I do hope you enjoyed it. Remember, subscribe to the channel, drop a like. If you want that free workout plan and or the free Nutrition for Fat Loss guide, then do grab that via the link in the description of this video. That link will take you to my website and you can grab it from there. Follow me on my social medias. Take care, have a lovely day, and I'll see you around.